हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम यू ऑल टू एआई की पाठशाला। एआई की पाठशाला आपकी अपनी पाठशाला है। मैं अनूप एआई की पाठशाला के संपूर्ण परिवार के तरफ से संपूर्ण स्टूडेंट को और सभी व्यूअर्स को धनतेरस की ढेर सारी शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। आपका धनतेरस बहुत ही मंगलमय हो, धन धान्य से परिपूर्ण हो और आप हमसे जुड़े रहे और हम लक्ष्मी गणेश के साथ हम अपने नॉलेज को भी प्रज्वलित करते रहे। ठीक है, तो चलिए फिर आगे बढ़ते हैं। सो लेट मी टेक यू बैक टू दिस सेशन. So we were discussing object-oriented programming, and today is the 15th session in or object-oriented programming. And today we are going to discuss method resolution order. So let me share you my screen first, and then I will let you know. And those of you who are watching my recorded session and wants to join my free live session, they can go to the description section of the video and join my Telegram group from the link attached there. By joining the Telegram group, you will be able to access all my free live sessions from there. So because I share my live session link in the Telegram group only. So this is all. So I have done. I have already done the setup. In the VS Code, I have created one GitHub repository and cloned that repository on the VS Code, and I have created one file named method_resolution.ipy in the file. Now let's understand what is this method resolution, why we need this method resolution, and what this method resolution is talking about. So let me write something here, markdown. So markdown, okay. So see, what this method resolution is also called MRO, method resolution order. So method resolution order is the order in which Python looks for its method in a class hierarchy. What it means, whenever it is a concept inside the inheritance only, multiple inheritance, when there is a case of multiple inheritance, or in case of a single inheritance also. So let's say if MRO gives me the order in which the Python looks for methods in a class hierarchy. It is important for understanding how classes work in Python and how to troubleshoot method lookup problems. So what happens in Python? Classes can inherit from other classes, which means that when they can reuse the methods and attributes of the parent class. However, if there is a method with the same name in both the parent class and the child class, Python needs to know which method to call. This is where MRO comes in picture. So MRO is a list of classes that Python uses to determine which method to call. The list is constructed in a very specific way, and it takes into account the order in which classes are inherited from. So whatever I have told you, let me write few lines here so that it will be with you. Method, METHOD, method resolution order, also called MRO. MRO is the order in which Python looks for methods in a class hierarchy. Fine. This is all that you need to know. So we will understand this with the help of code. So it is like whatever I have told you, I know that you will not be able to understand with the help of this theoretical thing. So let me take one code and explain you. Not only one, I will take several code and I will explain you in different ways. So let's write, I am writing one class and I am giving the name of this class as base class. So let's give the name base class. Inside this base class, I am writing one init function, and this init is having only self. And inside this init function, let's write one print statement. And what this print statement is supposed to do, right? This is supposed to write something like base class dot underscore underscore init. So this is supposed to print me this statement what I have written here. Base class dot underscore underscore init underscore this parenthesis. So this is written inside my init class, init method. Now this is my first class, one class. Now I am writing one another class called class CLEWS class, and I am giving the name of this class as child class. Child class. Why I am giving the name? It is simply a name, nothing more. But what I am doing, I am inheriting this base class inside my child class. So to inherit this base class inside my child class, I have to, inside this parenthesis, I have to write the name of the class which I want to inherit. So I have written this base class. It simply means that whatever attributes and methods that is present inside my base class is now present, will get inherited in my child class. So again, inside this child class, I want to write one init method. So let's write the init method. Here also I am writing self. I am giving self only. And this time I want to print this thing. So it will, this child class will, the init method of this child class will give me this thing, this print statement. Now, apart from this, inside this init method, I am writing super and then this bracket parenthesis dot underscore underscore init underscore underscore this thing.
What does this mean? I mean, this method resolution order is the order in which Python looks for methods in class hierarchy.
What it means? What you are asking? I do
Because
not.
in MRO, in supply chain, MRO is known as material requisition order.
Yes, this is a different MRO. So you will understand after I will explain you this code. Na? You will understand what this MRO is. So that we are going to understand with the help of code, because theoretically it is difficult to understand. So we will understand it with the help of code. Fine. So I suppose after a few minutes you don't have this question because I will explain you. So I have written this super method. So what this super method will do? It will access one class above its. It will access the super class of this child class. Who is the super of this child class? Base class is the super of this child class. So this super will access the init of this base class. Now, after that, let's create an object. I am creating an object of this class. So let's create the object child, and child is equal to this child class. I am creating the object of this child class. Fine. Now, if you can see what, if you simply run this code, let me run this code and then I will explain you. Now you will understand what this MRO means. So let me open this thing. Fine. See what is happening. I'm creating an object called child. This object I am creating, this is an object of child class. This is an object of child class. Child is an object of child class. Now, when I am just creating this object, I am getting this thing and this thing. First, I am getting child class dot underscore underscore init, this thing. Thereafter, I am getting this thing, base class dot underscore underscore init underscore underscore this thing. So let's understand how I am getting this. See, when I have created this object child, so the object, the init of this child class get initialized first, because this is an object of the child class. So what is inside my child class? Inside my child class, I have this init method. So this init method is initialized, and inside this init method, what it is written? It is written to print this statement. So this statement is getting print. First statement, child class dot underscore underscore init underscore underscore parenthesis is getting printed here, and I am getting this thing exactly. After that, inside this child class, inside this init method, this super method is coming. What it means? This super method will access its parent class or its super class. So this is a child class, and what is the super of this child class? This base class is the super of this child class. So the control will go from here to here to the base class. And now when it goes to the base class, it will access the init of the base class. And inside the init of the base class, what I have written? I have written this print statement, base class dot underscore underscore init underscore. So this will get printed here. Do you understand? So let me do one thing. If you will, have you understood till here what I'm doing right now, Mr. Sir?
Can you once again?
Okay. What you have not understood, can you please tell me so that I will explain you in that way? At what point of, at what thing you are not getting inside it, so that I will explain it in that way. My purpose. Okay. Let me explain it to you once again. See. Have you understood this thing? What I have written? Tell me one by one. I am taking this step by step. Have you understood this code? Is there anything that you are not getting here? Tell me.
No.
Have you understood this part?
No.
No. Not? Have you understood this part or not?
No.
No. Fine. So see, this is a child class I am writing. This is another class which is called child class. And inside this child class, I am inheriting, this is a case of inheritance, I am inheriting this base class. That's why I have written inside this bracket this base class. Simply it means that this base class is getting inherited inside this child class. Now, inside this child class, I am writing this dev init method. This is an init method which is present inside my child class. And inside this init method, I am writing this print statement. Inside this print statement, I have written this thing. And after the print statement, I have written this super method. What super method is doing? Super method will access the super of the present class. So what is my present class? Child class is my present class. Right now I am in child class. But I am inheriting inside this child class, I am inheriting base class. So base class is my parent class or super class. So who is the super of the child class? Base class is the super of the child class. So now this super will take the my control to this base class. And when I will be in the base class, I will come to the init of the base class. And inside the init of the base class, there is written, this print statement is written. So I will access this print statement. So what is happening when I am creating an object of this child class, object of child class, and I am simply, as soon as I am creating the object of child class and running, I am getting these two things. Because whenever I will create an object, the init will get initialized. Init method will get initialized. So init of child class will get initialized. And when I come inside this init method, first thing that what it is doing, printing this statement. So I am getting in the first line, I am getting this statement, child class dot underscore underscore init underscore underscore this thing. And after that, this super method is what this super method is doing. This super method is trying to access this base class, because super will go one step ahead, one class above its its child class. So what is the super of this child class? This base class. So it will go inside the init and print this statement. So I am getting this statement as my second line. Have you got it or not? Please tell
Okay.
us.
Okay.
Are you able to understand this? Fine. So let's understand one thing. So what is the MRO here? So there is one thing called print. Let's print child class dot MRO. If I will write this and let's run this, what is happening? If I'm trying to check the MRO, what was the full form of MRO? Method resolution order. So what I am getting, can you see? Can you see here? So first I am getting this class, main class called child class. That means I want to check the MRO of this child class. So first, when I am creating this child class, first it is going inside this child class and it is accessing this child class. After that, it is going inside this base class. First, this child class is getting accessed, then this base class is getting accessed, and then the object class is getting accessed. Yesterday, we have already learned that every class is derived from the object class. So this is by default. So whatever class we are writing at the behind object, it is inheriting from the object class. So that's why I am getting object class here. What it means? So this is my method resolution order here, MRO. See, I am writing child class dot MRO. So I am getting first this child class, then I am getting first this child class, then this base class, second, and then this object class. So this will remain default. It will always present. So in between, as if our code will become more complex, this chain will increase. So it will get sometimes confusing. We sometimes get confused in which order my methods are getting called. So with the help of this MRO, you will get an order in which your method is getting called and getting executed. So have you understood the MRA here? MRO? We will understand it with the several examples. This is a very simple example that I have taken first. Then slowly I will take different some complex examples also. So now I am taking a different example to explain you this concept of MRO. Now let's do one thing. Let me copy the same code. I am going to copy the same code in this cell, paste it, and I am going to add something here. What I am going to add? Let me write it first. So I am going to add one more class here. So let's give the name of this class. Class is grandchild class, grandchild, and let's write the name class, CLASS. So inside this grandchild class, what I am doing, I am inheriting this child class. Inside this child class, I was inheriting this base class, and inside this grandchild class, I am inheriting this base class. Sorry, this child class. So let's inherit child class inside this grandchild class. After that, I am writing one init method inside it, init, and I want to print this thing. So this thing is getting, then I am writing super, this thing, and I am deleting this super from here. Or let's comment it out. Let's comment it out. Let's comment it out. So after that, I am creating this same object of this. I am creating the object of, this time I am going to create the object of this grandchild class. So let's create the object of grandchild class. GRAND, grandchild class object. Let's create an object of this grandchild class. And now if you will access it, if you will run this, what you should get? See, I am creating the object of this grandchild class first. So according to me, what should happen here? So let me open this. So according to me, what should happen here? First, this print statement, what is present in my init, will get printed. That means this thing will get printed first. Thereafter, this statement inside this print will get. Thereafter, it will call this super. Now, what is the super of this grandchild class? Can you please tell me, sir? What is the super of this grandchild class? Can I get an answer? See, this child class is the super of this grandchild class, because this child class is inheriting this child class. Fine. I'm inheriting the child class inside my grandchild class. So the super of this will not be the super of this grandchild class. This child class is the super, because I am inheriting child class. So the control will come here, will go inside this child class, and inside this child class it will access this init method. And what I have written inside this init method? Child class dot underscore. So this thing will get printed. This is my second statement. And after that, what will happen? Nothing will happen, because I am not going to write anything. Let's say, okay, and so let's run this code first, and let's understand this. I'm going to run this code. Fine. Can you see? This grandchild, first I am getting this grandchild class dot underscore underscore init underscore, and thereafter I am getting this child class dot underscore underscore. So if you will, what is the method resolution order of this? Method resolution order in this case is, first I am accessing this grandchild class, then I am accessing this child class, and thereafter let's see here in this case what is the method resolution order that you are getting. So let's understand. So you can see from here, but let's write print grandchild class dot MRO. Fine. Let's print it. Can you see? First grandchild class is coming, then child class is coming, this child class is coming, then this base class is coming, and then the object class is coming. Because this child class, because what is happening, this child class is inheriting this base class. So after this child class, this base class is coming in the method resolution order, and after this, that the object class is coming. This is how the method resolution order works. Now let's do one thing. Let me copy this entire code and paste it here in a new cell. And this time what I am doing, I am also writing super here. So now what will
But I am
happen?
not getting.
What?
But I am not getting. I am only getting grandchild class dot init.
Huh?
Yes.
So
I am
you,
not getting the child class dot init.
you were not writing this super. Can you check? Are you writing this super here?
Super. Okay, just a minute. Yeah, I was writing, but that was with that hyphen. So I removed the hyphen. Now it's okay.
Fine. Now you are getting, na? Fine. So if I will write this super here, what I was telling, if I write this super here also, sorry, I have already written this thing here. So if I will write, I have nothing changed, simply I have written super here. So now this super will access this init method inside this base class. Fine. Now if I will run this code, I will get, earlier I was getting only two print statement, this grandchild and child class wala print statement. But if I will add this super here inside this inside this child class, this super will access my base class init also. So in that case, what I will get three print statement. So let's see, I am getting this three print statement. And if you will again check this MRO, let's check this MRO also, print grandchild class grandchild class dot MRO, this thing. If you run, you will see first grandchild class is coming, then child class is coming, then base class is coming, and then object class is coming. Fine. So this is how the method resolution order is working here. Now I am taking one complex example to make you understand this whole.
But I'm not getting this base class.
So you must not be writing this super method here. Let's check.
Just a minute. Just a minute. Yes. Okay.
Fine.
Yeah.
So till here understood. I have also accessed this MRO. Now I am going a little bit ahead and write in the same code. I am writing it in a bit complex way, and in that complex code, so let's copy this code from here and paste it here, and I will add few methods and some complexity inside this code, and then I will try to understand the MRO in this case. So what I am doing here, so this is my print statement. Now let's add some, I am adding one method here, and I am giving the name of this method, let's say method 1. And self here I am adding self. Fine. So this thing. Now let's print something here. I am printing like this is a base class method, not method that I want to print. So let's print this thing. Now come inside this child class. So this child class is already having this init method, and so let's let's give it a name, child class 1. And this child class 1 is inheriting this base class. And inside this init method, I have to change this name as child class 1. And inside this child class 1, I am using this super method. Now I want to add one method inside this child class 1. So let's write the name of the method def method 1 self, and inside this method 1, let's write one print statement and child class 1 dot method 1 I want to write here. So this is the method 1. Now next thing that I want to do, I am writing one more class here called child class 2. And inside this child class 2, I want to inherit this child class 1. So inside this child class 2, what I am inheriting? I want to inherit child class 2. Sorry, child class 1, not 2, child class 1. I want to inherit this child class 1. So this has been inherited. Now let's write the init of this child class 2. So let's print something inside this. Fine. Now inside this child class 2, I want to write super method, super and dot this init underscore this thing. Fine. Now I want to write one more method inside it. So write one more method. Let's write def and method. Let's write method 2 dot self, and inside this write a print statement child class 2 dot method 2 swing there class grandchild class. Fine. So inside this grandchild class, I am adding one more method inside it. So let's add, I'm making it a little bit more complex, so that let's write method 1. And what you will get here? So who has joined? Pratyush has joined. Fine. So inside this method 1, let's write this thing print grandchild class dot method 1. Now, I want to create the object of this grandchild class. So let's write the object name as grand, here grand grandchild, sorry, grand, then child is equal to grandchild class. This will be in my name of my method. Sorry, this will be the name of my object. So can you try, let me first explain you this little bit thing. This is nothing. This is my base class. Inside this base class, I have written one init method. This is my init method. Inside this base class, I have written another method called method 1. This is my method 1. After that, I have written one more class, another class called child class 1. Inside this child class 1, I have inherited this base class. Thereafter, I have written one init method inside my child class 1, and here I am writing super. So this super will access one class above its derived class, that is child class 1 is here. So super will go to the base class and access the init of the base class. I am writing one method here, method 1. Similarly, I am writing this child class 2. Inside this child class 2, what I am doing, I am inheriting this base child class 1. What is my child class 1? This. And I am writing one method here. Finally, I am writing this grandchild class, child class. So this thing, one concept here is also this, what is the exact name, but inheritance is, see, this is a little bit different kind of inheritance you must be knowing, because one class I am writing and the next class what I am writing, I am inheriting from the previous, I am inheriting the previous class. So here you can you see whatever class I am writing, this base class, I am inside this child class, I am inheriting this base class. Now inside in the next class I am inheriting this child class 1. In the next class I am inheriting this child class 2. In the next class I am inheriting this is child class, I suppose child class 2 should be there. So child class 2, let's write child class 2 here. So this is a hierarchical form of inheritance. You can also understand the purpose of explaining you this thing. One was this is a case of multiple inheritance, but this is not exactly, this is also called hierarchical form of inheritance. Let me write this thing to you here for you. This is called, sorry, form of inheritance. What means, in the hierarchical order, one class is getting, let's say class A. I am writing class A, class B. Inside this B, I am inheriting this class A. I am writing this class C. Inside this class C, I am inheriting this class B. Thereafter, I am writing class D. Inside this class D, I am inheriting this class C. So this is also a case of inheritance, but this is a hierarchical form of inheritance. So you should get to know two concepts. One is the hierarchical form of inheritance and other is the method resolution order. So now, if you will run this code, you will clearly see let's first run this code. Let's run this code. Can you see the output? First, what it is? First, grandchild. Since I am creating the object of this grandchild class, so it is accessing this init function, init method inside it, and printing this grandchild class, this thing. Thereafter, it is going inside the super of this class. So what is the super of this class? Child class 2. It is printing this child class 2. It is printing this child class 2. Thereafter, it is coming inside the super. What is the super of child class 2? This child class 1. So it is accessing child class 1. So I am getting child class 1 here. And thereafter, finally, this child class 1 is having a super, and this super is accessing this init of base class 1. So I am getting this base class. Finally, I am getting this base class. And if you will access any method inside it, it will also get accessed. So if, let's say, if you will write, so what is the method resolution order? If you will write the MRO of this grandchild class, so what you will get? Print grandchild class dot MRO. If you will write, you will get first grandchild class is getting, then child class 2, then child class 1, then base class, and finally this object class. So this is how the method resolution order works here. Now, if you, let's say, will try to access any method. So let's say I want to access the method 1 of grandchild. So let's write grandchild dot method 1. Simple. If you want to access the method, what you will get? You will get what is inside the method you have written. You have written inside this method 1, grandchild class dot method 1, grandchild class dot method 1. So I am getting this. But let's say if you will write grandchild class, but do you understand one thing? Grandchild,
But when
what?
but when this grandchild MRO is there, what does this is significance?
So how it is accessing the methods? See here, because of the super, it is going one class ahead, one class ahead, one class ahead. So when I am creating this grandchild class, when I am creating this object of this grandchild class, so it is getting executed in this order. And finally, if I am like printing the MRO of this grandchild class, so this MRO is where here working like, first it is executing this, then it is going inside this, it is taking the super of this class, it is coming inside, then this super will take it to the one class above its, then this is getting inside this base class, and finally this base class is going to the object class. It is
This
inheriting
month
from it.
from the final to the first, I mean from the back side to the front
Yes,
side.
yes. I will take a different, in fact, I will take a different code now. This was a simple hierarchical code. So I will take one different kind of code here to make you understand what this some different thing here. So let me explain you a different code. So by understanding that code, you will get a complete clarity. So let's write one code. I will be taking one code and explaining you in a different way inside it. So you will get a complete clarity. So this code I have explained you yesterday also. So let me let me copy this entire code from the yesterday sheet, and I'm going to paste it inside this, because this code I have already explained yesterday. And now I have made some changes inside it, and I will explain you this thing, how this entire thing is working in this case. So see what I have done. I have written one mother class. Inside this mother class, I have written one init method, and I have given a default name Sakti. And inside this mother class, I have written one print method also, and inside this print method, I am printing this print of mother called. I have created one another class called father class. Same thing. Inside this father class also, I have initialized one init method, and I have given a default name Siva. And this father class is also having this print statement, print method, and this mother class is also having a print method. This is giving me some different print thing, print of father called. And here what I have done, here inside this child class, I have inherited this mother and the father. And inside this child class also I have written one init method. This init method I have written, and I am writing this super method also here. And after that, instead of this print child method, I am writing this print here. Fine. This is my method. So what I'm trying to explain you here is that, so see, there are three classes here. One is my mother class, which has a print method. One is my father class, which also have a print method. And one is the child class, which also have a print method. So print method is present in all the three classes. And this child class is inheriting this mother class also and this father class also. So when I am when I will create let's say, the object of this child class, and thereafter if I will call my print method, which print method will get executed first? Which print method? Because print method is present in all the three classes, and it is inheriting mother and father also. This child class is inheriting the mother and father also. So question here arises, which print method will be called? So first thing that I have explained you yesterday, that whichever will come first in the hierarchy, let's say here mother is coming, so it will get a preference first. So before doing it, let's create an object of this. Let's run this first. I'm running this code, and after running, let's create an object of this class. Let's create C is equal to child class. Fine. And after that, I want to access the print. So let's access the print. And now let's run this code and see, name of child is coming out to be Sakti. Fine. Name of child is coming out to be Sakti. Why name of child is coming out to be Sakti? Simply because here mother is coming first and father is coming later. So the print of this mother is getting called here. Name of child is self.name. Self.name, it is taking the name from here, from this init class. Fine. And what this super means? Super simply means it is asking it to take the super of this my parent class. And which is the super of the parent class? Which are this this mother and father is the super of this child class. This mother and father is the super, but which in among this super mother and father, this mother class is it is taking the print of this mother class, print method of this mother class, because mother class is coming first in the hierarchy, father class is coming next. So if you will check the, let's say if I want to check the MRO of this child class, so what I am getting, so let's print child, child, child dot MRO, and let's see what I am getting. See, first child class is coming, then after child class mother class is coming, and then father class is coming, and then the object class is coming. Can you see? Here first in the MRO, first child class is coming, then this father is not coming, this mother is coming, mother class is coming, and after mother this father class is coming, and then the object class is coming. Do you get a little bit clarity here? Earlier problem was a little different, and this is a little different thing. Fine. Here the MRO is a little, because instead of getting this father, I am getting this mother first, and then I am getting, because it is executing first, it is, because here also inside this self dot name it is taking the when I am calling this print method, this print method will getting executed, but self dot name is taking this thing, the mother, the self dot name of mother class. Fine. Now let's do a little bit change in this code. So I'm copying this entire code and pasting it here, and I'm making a very little changes in this code. And what changes this time I'm going to make? Let's see. Instead of this self dots, after this self dot name, I am writing this super. Inside this mother class, I am writing super. Super. Fine. I am writing this super dot underscore init underscore self. Do not write self here. I will not require self here. For this thing will remain same. Now see the father class. This thing will also remain same. This thing will remain same. There is no changes in it. Now come inside this child class. Everything inside this child class will also remain same. Nothing will change. This thing will also remain same. Now let's see what happens when I will let's run this code. After that, let's create the objects in the same manner. Let's create the object of this class, and let's try to access this print method of child class. See what happens. Earlier what I was getting, name of child is Sakti. This time first name of child is, I am getting Siva. Why I am getting the name of child Siva? Let's understand this first. This is very important thing to understand. This is very important. So I am getting this thing because see, I am calling this print method. So this print method, sorry, I am calling this child class, and this print method of the child class. So self dot name. Now what it is, this super is doing, this super is taking me to the one class above it. So it is taking me to the mother class, because mother is first coming in my hierarchy. So it is taking me to the mother class. Now, when I am going to the mother class, here also this super is there. Now, who is the super of this mother class? Father. So, this father is coming next. So, this super is directing it to the father class. And I am getting the self dot name of the father. That's why I am getting name of child is Siva. If you will see in the method resolution order, if you will write the method resolution order, print child dot MRO here, child dot MRO, you will see first child class, then this mother class, thereafter father class, then this object class. Child class, child to mother, mother to father. This is how, because here I have written super. If I will not write super, then this scenario will be different. And finally, it is taking this Siva. Fine. Now, let's take a little more deeper inside. Let's go a little deeper inside it. So what I am doing, I am actually copying this entire code and pasting it here in my new cell. And let's see what changes I am going to make now. So I am this mother class fine, self dot name fine, super this thing fine, def print of mother called fine, class father. This is also fine, class father, fine. Now here also I am writing this super. After this self dot name, I am writing super. Fine. This is the only change that I wanted to make, and I made that changes. Self dot father, fine, print of father called, and let me see here, child class. This child class is having mother, father, fine, and super, fine, def print method, fine. So what I have done this time, I have written this super inside this father also. Now I am running this code. Let's run this code and let's take the same object that I wanted to create. Let's take this and paste it, and now run this code. First run this. So I am getting name of child as Siva, and again let's check the MRO here. Print child, child dot MRO. So what it give you? Let's see by yourself. See here, again I am getting the same thing. Child class, then mother class, then father class, and then this object class. Earlier what I was getting? Child class, mother class, father class, and then object class. Same thing I am getting. Child, mother, father, object. Because see, when I am coming finally inside my father class, what is happening? This super will actually, where it will take? And what is the super of this all those classes? Object is the super of all those classes. So it will take me to the object class. Anyway, I will be get inside the object class. So if you even not put super here, it will give you the same result. That I wanted to explain you the concept of super. After this example, this concept of method resolution order is over, and I have taken enough time and I've discussed enough code to make you understand this method resolution order. Let's save this code and let's push this code to GitHub. So method, let me write method resolution order get completed. So let's commit changes. Yes. Sync changes. Okay. So by this, we have completed. By this, we have completed method resolution order. Are you there, sir?
Okay, okay.
So this is how. There's nothing new in that. Everything. See, there is nothing much tougher inside this. So hope guys, whosoever is watching my recorded sessions, so keep commenting, keep suggesting. So I will keep on doing good work for you guys. And once again, wish you happy Dhanteras. So stay blessed, keep learning, keep smiling, keep celebrating Diwali. That's all. Thank you. Thanks for coming.